if they're in your network and I'm part of that chain, I pass along all introductions. So I mean, that's what I'm here to do. I'm very much of a pay-it-forward person, and this is not about me, but that's really, it's a social networking philosophy. We're all trying to help each other out, and you know, there are many cases where I have helped someone out, and it's come back to me in just multiple ways. Other questions? Yes?
You had mentioned the effectiveness of recruiting using LinkedIn. Can you go in a little bit more about that? I mean,
Sure.
How do you do it? I mean, to let somebody know that you're looking for talent in certain areas.
There are several different ways. A lot of what we do, and again, we're an executive search firm, so the typical search for us is mid to senior level management, typically $100,000 or above annual salary. I may say, for example, I'm looking in the banking industry. I might call Clyde Ingalls and say, Clyde, I'm looking for a senior level person who's worked for a bank, maybe somebody who has some multinational experience. Maybe they're a graduate of the LSU banking school. And he may give me a referral. But he says, you know, I don't know where this person is. He may say, call John Thibodeau. John Thibodeau went to the LSU banking school, used to work with him at such and such a bank. I could go to LinkedIn. I could look up John Thibodeau and see if John Thibodeau is on LinkedIn. One of the things I didn't talk about at all is using Google or another search engine and using the functionality of that to find people. That's another whole presentation. But I can't tell you how many times where I've talked to one person, I've gotten a referral, and I'll go and look them up on LinkedIn and find a way to connect to them on LinkedIn or Facebook. Does that help? And it works that way in business development also. A year ago, I was in Birmingham, Alabama, and I was getting ready to talk to somebody at UAB. There's another organization in Birmingham called the Southern Research Institute. I knew nobody there until I got on my LinkedIn network on Tuesday night and found out that I had a second order connection who was a HR professional. I have a paid subscription on LinkedIn so I can contact people who are second and third order connections. I sent her a message, she replied, we met at 10 o'clock the next morning. So again, that's the power of having a network on LinkedIn. There are people that, I mean, I would have never found that individual any other way except through that LinkedIn network. Another case in point, not LinkedIn, but I belong to a college social fraternity. My social fraternity has a social network for alumni. I have a presence there. Telecommunications firm on the north side of Atlanta, right around 285. President of that firm belongs to the same social fraternity I do. He saw that I used to work for an engineering firm in Nashville. Two firms were direct competitors, but he also understood I would know their business. He contacted me. He's been my client for 3 years now. So that's just because I had a presence. And my presence was sticky enough, sticky meaning that it had enough content that I could be found. Other questions? Sean?
Very interesting.
All right. Thank you all very much. I hope this has been useful for you.
Thank you.
I want to take a moment to thank BancorpSouth for underwriting this lecture tonight so that we could share Dan with you. And Dan, thank you so much. So informative. And for someone who is new to social media, it entices me to want to go and try new areas that seemed scary even before I walked in the door tonight. So thank you very much. Let's give Dan another round of applause. And we have a little gift for Dan. Just a little thank you from Franklin tomorrow. So thank you very much for coming and spending the time with